Hi everyone, I hope you're well. For those who don't know me, my name is Dwayne and I'm one half of RD Property Group. Basically this video is the first of many, I hope. It's just basically a commitment to you guys out in the communities there. Pretty much to try and start putting out some valuable content to hopefully help those of you that are going along your property journeys or quite early on in your property journeys, maybe a couple of steps behind us. Hopefully our videos can help you guys progress and get through challenges as the community have helped us get through challenges when we've reached out for some help. So yeah, hopefully that will be over the next 12 to 18 months. I'm going to try and produce at least one video every 2 weeks, hopefully with valuable content, and we'll see how it goes. But now I'm held accountable. I have no choice but to produce. So yeah. So let's get started. Basically, I want to just give you a quick rundown on what we actually do as a business. We are a HMO business, predominantly operate in the North East Lincolnshire area. We take 3 and 4 bedroom properties and convert them into 5 and 6 bed HMOs for tenants out there. Basically, we don't really have a demographic. We feel that everyone deserves to have a nice place to go back to after work or whatever. So we tend to have a medium to high end sort of finish on our properties and open it up to all range of demographic of people, just so everyone gets the same opportunity, really. So that's the RD Property Group side. And basically the title for today's video, which is my first video, is tips that we use to keep progressing in our property business whilst in full-time employment. The reason why I've chosen this title is mainly because I haven't been lucky enough to find any videos out there that really talk about the challenges of being in full-time employment and trying to start a property business and trying to progress and trying to grow your property business while still in full-time employment. I know there are a few videos out there, but nothing that have really resonated with me. Maybe it's the different industries, I don't know, but nothing that really resonated with me. So I would like to just put this out there and hopefully it resonates with some of you guys and it will help you guys along the way. So a bit about me and my background and my employment. I am in construction. I am a construction project planner. For those who don't know what that is, I basically write the construction programs for projects, and then I basically give that program onto the project manager, who will then take his site team and build to my program. I then will have to go along to that site once a week, twice a week, how many times it is, to help the project manager and assist the project manager in monitoring the job, and then making any changes to the logistics or the process or anything to do with the program, to basically help the project get over the line on time, on budget, to ultimately have a happy client on the other side. So my projects range from anything between 10 to 60 to 100. It varies. Minimum usually it's about 10 plus million. So it is what it is. So that being said, my time is very limited when it comes to trying to grow a property business. By the way, if you see me looking up there, it's just because I have some notes, just so I stay on topic and I don't go off on a tangent. I've just got some notes up there just to keep me focused. So yeah, so basically the challenges of my job, because I do a 60 to 80 hour week, job at the moment. It's very, very challenging. I would start, certainly in the last couple of weeks, I've started work for meetings at 7:30 in the morning. So technically you're there at 7 to basically try and get the meeting prep done, to then go into the meeting at 7:30, and I won't finish probably 6, maybe 6:30, anything between 5:30, I would say, and about 10 o'clock, 10:30, depending on what's going on the job, how much work needs to be done, what I need to do to the programs, rethinking new build sequences, etc. So they can take a while. So my days are considerably long. And that's just a 5-day week. I do sometimes work on a Saturday because I just don't have enough time in the week to get everything covered, because I would be looking after maybe between 5 and 7 projects at a time. So it's not just 1 or 2. Certainly if you go into the larger builds, 400, 500 millions, it is just one project. But because my ones are between 10 and about 100 million, we tend to look after 5 to 7 projects at the same time, doing the same job for each project at the same time. So my time is very, very, very stretched. So there are a couple of challenges that I've found whilst in my job, really, in full-time employment. The first one is literally obviously no time whatsoever. Even at work, we don't really. I don't know. Many of you might know the construction industry, but certainly on the management side of the construction industry, you don't really get a lunch hour, as it were. That doesn't really exist. You eat your lunch at your desk whilst answering emails, because you really don't have time during the day to answer many emails, because you're either in meetings with the architect or subcontractors or your site team, or going on site tours, or looking around the site, sorting out problems, solving issues, etc., on phone calls with various different people. So you really don't really get much time to sit down and look at emails and respond to your emails. And I'll get anything between 40 and 120 emails a day, because it's not only for that job, it will be for other jobs as well that I've been copied into information, and so I've got to still keep myself clued up and clicked onto every single site that's going on that I'm involved with. So I do get a considerable amount of emails a day. So during my lunch hour, usually I would sit down and go through my emails then, and respond to any emails I need to at that point. So as you can see, my time is very limited, so I can't really have that lunch hour there to really work on the business and work on expanding the business and making major phone calls and major emails, etc. It just doesn't really happen. Another massive challenge for me has been when people say you should tell everyone what you do. Within the construction industry, there are certain companies that don't like to hear when you say you're in property. From my experience, I've been in past companies where they think it's a conflict of interest. Our opinions differ on that, but they feel it's a conflict of interest, so they don't allow that to happen. Also, again, from past experience, some people have found out that I have been in property. I'm doing a property business. I'm trying to expand a property business, and they feel that I have too much time on my hands, and they have questioned my commitment to my career and my projects. Despite not falling behind on my tasks or my responsibilities, I've been questioned on many occasions about my commitment to the projects that I'm on and the company and my career. So, it can really, really, really hinder your career and what you're trying to achieve for yourself. If you do tell people within certain industries and certain companies. So I personally haven't been able to just tell anyone. It has to be, it's had to have been selective, over the years, really, who I can tell, who I can't tell, because it's literally just going to make my life a very hard place, or harder place than it already is. Life is tough enough. So yeah, those are the two challenges really that I found during full-time employment that I've come across. And I just wanted to tell you guys, well, the three techniques, tricks that we've used as a company. Just a quick overview on my business partner. She is in recruitment, and so she has very, very long hours as well, very, very demanding. So she doesn't really have much time either. So these three tips may hopefully really help you in your business. It's certainly helped us, and we have been progressing ever since we implemented these things into our business, and hopefully it can help you. So number one is be clear on your strategy. I feel that if you are still on the fence about what strategy you actually want to do, whether it's rent to rent, whether it's HMOs, whether it's commercial conversions, whether it's just standard buy to let, I feel that you need to really focus on what you want to do, and kind of put blinkers on to all the other strategies around you, because obviously you get shiny penny syndrome, and you think that because that works over there for that person, you're going to go over and do that. We should really just focus on what you need to do within your business, and your strategy should be very, very clear to you. So there are no other interruptions when you're trying to really push and grow your business. So we have laid out a 10-year plan, and we broke that down to a 5-year plan. And so we know that, we're going to stay as a HMO business. We are looking to move into rent to rent HMO very soon. But again, it's not such a huge deviation from a HMO strategy. So it's the same sort of principles, same sort of rules, regulations that we already know from doing HMOs that we're just going to put into the rent to rent strategy. So it's our vision is still clear, and our direction is still the same, as it were. So that's what really helped us doing a 5, 10 and 5-year plan to help us move forward that way. All right. And then number 2, IGTs. All right. For those who don't know what IGTs are income generating tasks. So that's, lead generation, follow-ups, anything that can lead to income into your business. And although I feel this is one of the most important things in your business, is prioritizing the IGTs. There are tasks that aren't IGTs that still need to be done, such as for us it was tidying up our folders, because we did prioritize IGTs for a very, very long time, but it meant that our business folders, our company structure folders, etc. on Google Drive. We use Google Drive because we found that it works best for us, and there are other things out there like that, so OneDrive, etc. So there are other things out there, but Google Drive works for us. We can access it quite easily from our phones, from any laptop, so we use Google Drive. But we found that Google Drive, our folders were getting incredibly messy. We couldn't find documents as and when we needed them, just because we were literally just going full speed ahead, just making sure everything was just on the drive and there was just no order whatsoever. And because of this, it actually slowed us down. The efficiency within our business was non-existent, to a point where, it was getting ridiculous. So we decided that needed to be a focal point. IGTs is one thing, but non-IGT tasks, it's another thing. So what we done, our mentor actually, one of our mentors suggested that we read a book called the 12 Week a Year. So if you guys haven't read it, you can get it from Audible, and you can also order a hard copy as well, but it's much for muchness really. I tend to use Audible just because it works for my life. I can, you can listen to it wherever you are on the go, walking to here, there and everywhere, so it's absolutely fine. It's perfect for me. But 12 Week Year, I think it's by Brian P. Moran and Michael Leamington, I believe, and that book really did change the way we thought about our time and how we split up our time to what tasks. So basically, in a nutshell, it allows you to look at the year in 12-week slices, and so we created a 12-week plan. From that 12-week plan, so we wrote down all the things. We had two lists. One list saying basically all the things that we needed to do for our portfolio and to develop our portfolio, and the other one was everything we needed to do to help the business run more efficiently and improve that side, sort of the back end side of the business. So within that list we had the two groups, and then we worked it back from 12 to 1. So we broke down each individual task and goal that we wanted to achieve within the 12 weeks, and we broke it down backwards to week 1. And then it allowed us to see what we needed to achieve and what we needed to complete each week to make sure that we reached our target after week 12. So that completely changed how we done things, and it really is an effective way of completing tasks and moving your business forward very, very quickly. Certainly in the early days, it helps you to really focus on what's really important, both on the business side and your portfolio side. So if you guys haven't read it yet, it's definitely one to read. And number 3, we're on number 3 already. Perfect. Commit to a timescale. Right, so basically, because me and my business partner have minimal time, what we done was commit to a timescale. So we've committed to at least 2 hours a night. So whatever happens during that day, you will commit to at least 2 hours a night to work on your property business, regardless what happens. So that way you're always progressing, slowly progressing, even if you can only commit to an hour and a half a night. Make sure that whatever happens, you've got that hour and a half. And because of the 12-week plan, you know exactly what you need to do within that week or within that day to still achieve what you need to achieve after the 12 weeks. So your focus should be on that list, during that week for those 2 hours, 3 hours a day. You know exactly what you should be getting on with. Some people say that, wake up earlier and do it in the morning. I have tried personally to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, to get a couple of hours in to do some business work, but it's not working for me. Some people can do it, some people can't. I'm one of the people that can't. I'm more of a night owl. So for me, it was easier. It's easier to do in the evenings. It's quiet. No one can really call you. It's one of those things. Certainly within my industry, you feel that if you did wake up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, no one would be up. But the construction industry, there are a lot of people up sending emails and making text messages, or sending text messages and making emails and sending emails, etc. at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I wake up normally at 5:30 latest, and I get a call at 5:45, sometimes in the morning. So depending on where you are, what business you're in, what industry you're in, it might be different, but that's it for me. So I would prefer not to do things in the morning, because I don't really get that peace and quiet. It's only at night, when all those early birds have gone to sleep, I really get the time to really sit down and focus on what I need to achieve. So if you just commit to a certain time and just keep going, you will make some good progress. I guarantee you will make some progress. So just because I know this video is really kicking on, I do apologize for that, by the way. Just to round up, three techniques that we use to help us help our business grow when we do incredible hours during the week. I do on average between 60 and 80 hours a week. So if you're going through the same thing, these tips may help you progress in your business. Number one, be clear on your strategy. Number two, try and do a 12-week plan. And put in that plan the IGT income generating tasks and non-income generating tasks, just so you're balanced, so you're not affecting one side of your business, neglecting one side of your business, and there is no balance there. So make sure that you have that balance. And then number three is commit to a timescale every single day, to just basically help you complete those 12-week plan list as efficiently as you can. And yeah, hopefully this video can help someone at least. If you like this video, just click like, share it, comment. We'd love to hear any more tips and tricks that anyone else is using out there. We would love to implement some more just to help us on our journey and help us be more efficient in our business. So if you've got any ideas, we'd love to hear it. Other than that, I commit that I am going to push out at least 2 videos a month, just with some sort of content, of just things that we've gone through in the past, and hopefully it can help you guys out there, and hopefully you guys can pass it on to someone else. So yeah, I've been Dwayne from RD Property Group. Like, share, comment, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.